What's going on today, guys? Mr. J. Gilbert here. Sorry I'm a little under the weather, but Total War Warhammer 3 and Creative Assembly did drop the new announced trailer for Shadows of Change, the new major DLC coming to Warhammer 3, featuring Cathay, Kislev, and Zinch. So what we're going to do right now is we're going to watch that trailer, and then I'll kind of give you my breakdown of my thoughts and review of the trailer itself. But without further ado, let's get into the trailer. Woohoo! Wowzers. So one thing that you're going to see here is pre-order now. It's going to come out August 31st. It's coming up, only a couple weeks away. So I'd imagine between now and then, they're going to be pumping out a lot more lore videos, a lot more information videos about all the factions that are involved. All right, so we're gonna kind of go through this. I'm gonna turn the volume down a little bit on it. We're gonna kind of go through this. I'm gonna give my reactions to it. I wanted you to be able to watch the trailer first if you haven't seen it before. So just kind of go over a few things, and if you have things that I haven't covered, please put in the comments below, and then we'll talk about it. So here, obviously, you see the changeling. I think it's gonna be kind of cool. I want to see what the mechanics are like, what you can change into, and what that affects. You see what I'm saying? I don't know if you're gonna have a lot of. Okay, so this is cool too. You have the Akshina Warriors. They're gonna be one of the new Kislev units. I did take some notes while I was watching this. I have some talking points, but you do have the Akshina Warriors. They're gonna be doing an ambusher style unit for the Kislevites, and obviously they're gonna stick with the bear theme that Kislev has. But that's cool. Looks like they're going to have a lot of, fighting in the forest. Maybe have some buffs or bonuses to fighting in the forest and the trees. But I think they're a cool looking unit, and we're going to see how they play on the battlefield. But also, what I was saying about the changeling too, is I don't know, like what there's got to have some bonuses to where who you change into, how you change into them. Maybe you defeat an army, and then and then you're able to change into that lord to then affect the other units in that faction, right? We'll see. Also, with the changeling, I kind of felt like the changeling was going to be a legendary hero instead of a legendary lord, but is a legendary lord. So I don't know if you're really going to have a true like army building experience because if I'm not mistaken, the changeling is all about kind of creating chaos, creating mischief and havoc, and not necessarily being super powerful, but just doing its own thing and just creating turmoil amongst each other. So maybe like a horde mechanic or something like that, but I just don't really feel like it's going to be a huge empire building one, but we'll see when more trailers drop and when gameplay drops and things like that. Mother Ostankya. It's kind of the Baba Yaga, the whole, I'll put it over here, the old chicken coop, the crazy chaos chicken house. That kind of is in the lore of it. That's not going to come into the game. This is Creative Assembly's way of kind of having that lore of hags, the mother of hags, kind of representation in the game. Speaking of which, as of right now, no lore of hags on the way. A new lore of magic would have been kind of cool to implement with the Shadows of Change DLC, but as of right now, no lore of hags is on the way. Was the house looking right? Kind of. Oh my gosh! I'm gonna go back a second. Did anybody else in this scene right here, in particular? Boom! Right there. Leshen from The Witcher. Anybody else have that? Like, oh my gosh, is this The Witcher? Are they capitalizing on the popularity that The Witcher Netflix series has? Or just The Witcher games in general? But that looks like a Leshen to me for The Witcher. But obviously these are beasts. I'm pretty sure the Beastmen should be able to use these creatures as well. So it's going to help them out a little bit on their roster. But the kind of lore of beasts, I believe, is where Mother Ostankya is going to kind of have her abilities and not the lore of hags as of right now. And obviously a new monster that's going to be introduced as well into the game. Another giant type creature. Yep. Okay. When I saw this on the trailer when we watched it earlier, I don't know about you guys, but my immediate thought was Grom the Punch. Look, is that a cauldron on a chariot? Like, that's Grom the Punch. So my thinking is, because she's not going to have her house, right, that she's going to get in, that we're going to have a Grom the Punch style effect to where we have to go collect different relics or different things, and instead of the house, she'll have this cauldron, or she'll have some way to kind of make all of these things that she's trying to do, right? So the mechanics of Grom the Punch's cauldron is probably what Mother Ostankya is going to be doing. And that's going to be very cool because I love the greenskins and I love Grom the Punch. His DLC was great. The cauldron effect was great. Getting the different ingredients was fun. So she's probably going to have some type of that, which I think ultimately is a fun mechanic. And Kislev might be getting a big W here. Look at it. That changeling is just pleased. It's causing havoc. Just fighting each other. And I think that's going to be cool, too. It's going to be very, very interesting that you're just going to pit factions against each other and make them weaker by creating turmoil within them. And that's going to be a very, very cool play style. So Tzeentch may be a faction I might have to do a playthrough with. The Crowmen of Cathay. Okay. Yan Bo, the new legendary lord, coming to Cathay. Very cool. There is the new legendary lord, or news. Wait, boom! Right there. Why melee, though? Like, why melee? I'm trying to think of like Miao Ying, Zhao Ming. Do they need another melee one? I don't know. There's another Tzeentch, excuse me, legendary hero. Yes, they have two legendary heroes. Another one's coming up pretty soon. I'll explain in just a moment. Acold Hellbrass, I believe it's the free DLC one. Don't know much about him yet, but there he is in all his glory. Cockatrice, that's gonna be fun. Hopefully the Beastmen get the cockatrice as well. Beastman's kind of getting buffed too without even realizing it. So what do we see here? Let's see the Sentinels already there. The War Drum looks like a big War Drum. Okay. Ooh, the Lions, Jade Lions and Jet Lions. That's gonna be more. Those are big units too. They're probably a single entity unit monsters. Those are gonna be interesting. They're probably gonna have the missile deflection ability like the Sentinels do. But we'll see. But yeah, the cockatrice is going to be super fun. That looks pretty big, and it looks very, very, very fun. The Blue Scribes, there's another legendary hero, obviously magic wielding, another legendary hero that Tzeentch will have. So yes, in this DLC, Tzeentch will have a legendary lord and 2 legendary heroes. Now you might think about, well, why doesn't each of them just get a legendary hero? But I feel like with Tzeentch being kind of a monogod faction, this might be the only DLC where they truly get love. You know, every other DLC coming out are going to be focused on different races and different factions getting love. So if they don't come back to Tzeentch after this might be the one where it's like, hey, Tzeentch, this is your chance to shine. Take it and run. So 2 legendary heroes and a legendary lord coming to Tzeentch. New legendary, new monster as well. Epic monster. That's pretty cool. Yon Bow. That's cool. I like that. I like that, yeah. I love the cackling. Oh, I love it. This fits the changeling, what changeling is trying to do. I love that cackling. That was fun. Total War, Warhammer 3. So again, pre-orders coming out August 31st. Now it's about $25, but the same price as the Chaos Dwarves DLC was. My honest opinions on that is this is not a brand new faction with a new mechanic, and it's the same price as the one that was. That had a lot of change as far as like the landscape, where factions were. Again, introduced a whole new faction. My thing with this is 3 different factions are getting a W, right? A buff in this. So if you like either one of these factions, I would think it's worth it. Now, my thing too is whenever you buy something, if you just value your time at $1 an hour, like is your time worth $1 an hour? Okay. If it is, if you play this game, if you want to buy this DLC and you're like, okay, I want to try out your Mother's Duncan, Kislev, and the Bear units and the Witcher themed units that it's getting, right? Could you see yourself playing this game with that one faction for 25 hours? If you do, then the DLC might be worth it. If you're like, well, I don't know, but then you play Kislev, and then you play Cathay, and then you play Tzeentch, and you're racking up 30 hours, you've already made your money back in time spent in the game. Okay? So that's my kind of take on it. Like, if you just value yourself at $1 an hour, could you see yourself playing this game for 25 hours with these 3 factions? If you don't, then maybe wait for like the 50% off that they always run. Get it for $12, $13, and whatnot. But me personally, I will probably end up getting it because, again, for me, it's just $25. And I know a lot of people maybe financially don't have the capabilities, and that's totally fine. Don't put yourself in a hard spot trying to get this. But I feel like if you have the capability and the means, why not give it a shot? You know, you'll have all the upgrades, you'll have all the new content and new changes that are coming for Shadows of Change. If not, wait for a sale and get it then. So let me know in the comments below what you guys think. We'll start a conversation too about all the new faction changes that are happening, what's coming, what you're most excited for. I will probably personally be on the Kislev side because I want to try out the new Witcher theme. I mean, new Mother of Stankia faction. Then probably Tzeentch after that. I've never really been on Team Cathay. Maybe I will eventually, but I don't know. I just, ever since they've came out, the yin and yang thing, I didn't really like that. And I haven't really been like, oh, Cathay, yes. But Tzeentch now is looking really, really fun. Kislev, is looking fun as well. So probably Kislev, Tzeentch, and Cathay for me in that order. Let me know in your order, what are your top 3 with these 3 units? How would you rank them? So be sure to like, comment, subscribe. We'll see you guys later. I appreciate you. We'll talk to you later.